Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Harvest. As you can see here, we have a different screen up on the screen for you guys. Last week I was gone for around 10 days. I went on a road trip down to Banff. We saw bears, we saw elk, we saw everything. It was amazing, an amazing trip. I would say once in a lifetime, but I can always go back there whenever. It was such a great trip, great people. I went with my friends, I went with my family. We had a great time. But because of that 10-day adventure, we unfortunately had to skip a week. So we skipped last week's week 6. It was a great week, by the way. So we can't really show that. Unfortunately, it also went down this week. So we also won't be showing that because the timelines, I just want to make sure it matches up to every Friday. So because of that, this video will be a bit different. I thought I'll treat you guys to a little surprise. It will be basically all the cryptos and exactly how we yield farm our crypto. I'll give you a more in-depth analysis. So this is Goose Finance. Let's go ahead and start harvesting our Goose Finance profits. But essentially you're paying 1 cent to harvest, so your transaction fees are pretty irrelevant right now. But in return, you get a bunch of these egg tokens that you can then convert into another currency. So as you can see here, we're just harvesting all our tokens, $3 here. We have 18,000 egg here, which is quite a bit. It's almost $150 that we collected just from that alone. So we'll go ahead and collect everything. I'll show you our net profit at the end. Alright, so we have harvested all our farms in this Goose Finance farm. And in total, we have around $221 USD. So we're going to quickly swap those over to USD and make some good money. Okay, so on to the next farm. So this is actually pretty interesting that I'm showing you guys this. Basically, it only takes around maybe 2 hours every day. Sorry, 2 hours every week, not every day, to make a lot of yield, and then you can use that and reinvest it. And this yield is almost at like 50% ROI annualized. But anyways, so I harvested all my jet swap. Now I'm going to swap my jet swap using the wings token and swap it for some like BNB, for example. Okay, so we made around 0.09 BNB this week alone. This equates to around $77. So we'll take that. Awesome. Okay, $77. Okay, moving on to the next farm. Alright, now we have Olive, which is another coin that we farm. This week we made around $25 after conversions and slippage fees. It's around $24. So we'll go ahead and trade that right now. That's another 25 bucks pocketed into our wallets. Pretty damn good, I would say. Moving on to our next one. So we have a bunch of these that we do, a bunch of different farms. You want to kind of spread out, diversify. Think of it like stocks. You want to have many different kinds of stocks that you believe in, that you fundamentally believe in. And that's what we have for crypto. Alright, sorry if it's a bit loud because I have the AC going in the background. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Anyways, this is our rupee coin. It's another farm that no one knows about, but we are farming it and you know about it. So you're welcome for that. This in a week made us around $40 USD, BUSD. So we're going to go ahead and swap that over, account for slippage and whatnot. We'll confirm the new rate. But yeah, okay, so that is for rupee. We can move on to our next one. Again, there's just a bunch of these sort of shit coins that we do. We always yield farm it. We get that native token and we swap it to something better. Swap it to a stable coin, swap it to ETH or Bitcoin, something we won't mind holding. Alright, this is the next one. This is called Pasta. So this we made around 16. We don't have a lot here, but we made around $16 for this farm. So we'll go ahead and swap that as well. Alright, the swap should complete here. Again, it's not a lot of money. Like you're thinking like $15, $16, 20 bucks a week. It's whatever, but it does add on. If we have like 10 of these farms, we're making $200 or more a week. And that does add up. Like that is a good part-time gig right there. And you're only really spending 2 hours. I spend maybe like an hour a week, but if you're new, you're maybe spending 2 hours a week. But really, that amount that you put in terms of your ROI for your time is excellent. We're talking like $200 a week. I'm hitting like almost a grand a week, and this is exponential, right? Back in the day, just a year ago, I was making, what was it, like $25 a day. Now I'm making well over 100 a day. So, in a few years' time, I could easily be seeing myself making, I don't know, like $10,000 a week. I can see that happening. And I don't think it's unreasonable. So really, this is a compound snowball effect. The earlier you guys get into it, the better. Because compound interest is quite the thing. All right, so this is probably another very good one that we have. This one is called Brew. It's Cafe Swap that got like disintegrated back then. So usually the farms I look for are farms that no one else uses, but that still has locked in native token value that I can slowly extract out. So this one's called Brew. We made around $35 this week. So we'll go ahead and swap that out. Okay, so now moving on to our more safe bets. So again, we always want something more risky. Those will be our farms that we collect that really no one uses. But you want to also have some safety. So this is PancakeSwap, very, very secure. One of the most secure chains in the entire crypto space, DeFi chains, is called PancakeSwap. Here since the very beginning, now we're doing yield harvesting on certain of our high-end coins. So again, we have Link, we have Litecoin, we have Bitcoin, Doge, ADA, Uni, basically all the top 100, top 50 coins we'll have here. And I'll show you exactly what we do. So some of these we're able to farm, and that's why you see we also, in addition to earning the own coin yield, so BNB coin, Link coin, we also earn cake as well. So let me show you exactly what it looks like. So in a week, we made around $14 with around $1,200 locked in capital. From there, anytime someone swaps, right? Anytime they swap, we gain a portion of that swap fee, which is like, in this case, is 0.25% of the swap fee. And in this case, our Link, we made around $7, BNB also $7. Makes sense if it fluctuates around the same rate, you'll make around the same amount. So we're going to quickly collect our $14 of profit. And I'll also show you when you put it in a farm, you also make a very small amount, granted, but not a lot, but still something. So in the farm, we make around 0.21% APR. So again, it's nothing really, but it does help with the transaction fees at least. And it gives it to you in their native token cake. I normally don't sell cake. It is a deflationary token in nature based off how it's built. Its burning mechanism makes it a deflationary token. So normally I just hold it. I might invest in something else. Okay, so now we have Litecoin. This made around $7, not as much. Again, we'll harvest it and then we'll stake it back. So let me show you exactly what we do when we stake it back in. Again, there's some risk with this. You get impermanent loss. If we get 100 likes on this video, I will be showing you a deep dive as to how we perform impermanent losses. But yeah, what we do is we go into the add functionality. We hit the max button on the lower end amount of the coin. So in this case, we have less Litecoin than BNB. So we hit max on BNB, or sorry, we hit max on Litecoin rather. This gives us around $4 extra we can put into this farm. So we'll go ahead and lock that in. So once we add that additional income, this also would help us generate that money. I don't ever want money standing still, not earning us any interest, right? You always want the money working for you. So in addition to earning the appreciation of the coin itself, we're also earning that juicy APR, 30%, 15%. Let's go into Doge. Doge this week earned us $10. Again, we'll do the same here, and I'll come back. Maybe I'll speed up the video. I'll come back once everything's done. All right, so this is ADA, $20. Pretty damn good this week. Uniswap with $7 earned. So I also want to give you something about lower unclaimed fees. So for example, in this case, we have Tron USDC. It really only earns us 5% APR, so it doesn't give us a lot of yield. We have $1 of unclaimed fees. The transaction fee probably makes it worth it to claim it, but in this case, for me, just not worth my time, right? I don't want to spend time clicking the claim button, adding in $1 of extra earnings. It's just not rewarding enough, in my opinion, for the financial situation that I'm in. It might earn me like, I don't know, an extra 2 pennies a year, right, for doing that. And honestly, to me, it's not valuable. So normally I let this accumulate at least to $10, something around that line. That's when I think it's worth it for me to claim it and reinvest it. Yeah. So I'll leave that one empty. All right, one that I will be harvesting because it's a bit like it's over $10, right? So I harvest it is XLM ETH. This has been doing very well for me. Like I've been earning like 41% APR now. Back then it was like close to like 500%. So I remember there was one week where I earned like $50 or like $80 off $300, and I just reinvested it, and now it's at like $400 here. So that's pretty good. This has been a good farm for us, and that's what we want. We want like these strong farms that really carry the portfolio. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. So after XLM, what do we have here? We're going to end. I think XLM is around the last one. We have Beam. I doubt there'll be enough. Yeah, 41 cents. We'll leave that as is. And BTT, we'll leave that as is. All right. All right. So now the question is, what do we do with all the yield that we earned? As you can see, we made like 300 in BUSD, around 200 in Binance, so around 500 total that we can still spend. So I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. Right now, the market is down. It went terrible today. ETH dropped down 5%. In the past 2 days, it probably dropped down like close to 10, if not more percent. So I think it's a good time to buy some ETH. And then from there, we can also buy other coins that we want to hold. So what I like doing is I like buying ETH, and I like swapping that, or actually putting it in a farm to act as a limit sell without having to pay any swap fees, and using that ETH to buy another more meme coin or lower altcoin that has higher growth potential. I'll show you exactly what I mean here. But first, let's buy our Ethereum. So I use Squid, but you can use any sort of inter-chain swap sort of website. I find Squid the best with their fees and whatnot. So what I normally do is I'll hit up BUSD, for example. So I'll hit BUSD, and then I'll hit Ethereum, right, on the base chain. So what it does is swaps my BUSD from my Binance chain and swaps it into the base chain. I'll put around $304, just the max amount. As you can see here, there's not much change in value. Like I might be losing $1. My fees are 3 cents. So it's honestly not bad. So what I do here is I'll grant permission for it to move my funds from one chain to another chain through MetaMask. And then afterwards, once that's been approved, then I'll just initiate the transaction. And then I should be able to see the new ETH in my account soon. All right, so the transaction's processing. Again, time to complete 10 seconds. It's already completed. It's super quick, super seamless, right? So that's why I love using Squids. I love using Squid. Okay, so now we can go onto our base chain and see our ETH there. Okay, so this is a ResearchCoin. I love ResearchCoin. You'll see in my other videos why I buy ResearchCoin. It is going down quite a bit right now, so I think it's the perfect time to buy. ResearchCoin is co-founded by Brian Armstrong, who co-founded Coinbase, the biggest crypto exchange on the stock market right now. Anyway, so therefore, I'm very bullish on ResearchCoin. I think it'll go up. The issue is when you're buying it, there's quite a bit of a swap fee. There's some slippage because the liquidity isn't too high. So I'll show you exactly what I'm doing with the ETH that I just converted over. But first, I have a farm. It's been only 1 day. I came back yesterday and I did some farming here. I did off stream or off recording, but I farmed around $200. Now, just in 1 day, because of the liquidity and the volatility, I've made $41 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly collect my 40 bucks, pocket that right away. I'll keep that, pocket it right away. From there afterwards, and also on base chain, one cent commission is amazing. It's less than a cent. So once that's pocketed, then I'll add my liquidity. I'll add back whatever amount that this ratio will let me. So I'll add back like 20 bucks. Basically all the ResearchCoin that I got initially. So that goes back in the farm. ready to keep accumulating. And from there, I'm going to issue a new liquidity pool. And this liquidity pool, I'm going to make it very tight. By tight, I mean it's going to be in a very small range. The range will be so small that I can easily convert my ETH to my ResearchCoin, and at the same time, I'll make a lot of profit from the swap fees. So I have $400 in ETH right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ETH down, put my ResearchCoin in, right? So I want to match it with ResearchCoin. From there, it's a V3 position. I'll find the one with the most liquidity. So 500K here, everything else is zero. So obviously you'll go with the 500K because that's where people are trading it. Follow where the money is, right? So you go wherever people are trading in. I'll make a custom range. Now I want to do it strictly all ETH. So I need to have a number that would make sense. So it has to be around, so this is the tightest range I can possibly make it. 8.9K max range to a minimum of 8,700. This means that if the price of ResearchCoin goes above 8,951, that means all my ETH will be converted to ResearchCoin. If my ResearchCoin stays below this 8,700, then it'll stay ETH. It keeps the lower value asset, right? So if ResearchCoin, the 9,000 ResearchCoin is worth 1 ETH, then obviously now ResearchCoin is the lower valued asset because you need 9,000 of them to get 1 ETH. So that means that it will convert my entire $400 into ResearchCoin, and that's what I want. So I want right now the market to go down a bit and go up and go down, but keep in that range, and it'll give me that swap fee. So yeah, I'll put this in. I'll do an experiment. Next video in a week, I'll show you how much this earned. I might have to get out of it earlier just because I want to lock in the ResearchCoin. Because if it goes back above, if ResearchCoin pops up 10%, then it will be worth like maybe 7,000 ResearchCoin for 1 ETH. And now I'll always be just holding ETH, which is not bad, but I want to hold ResearchCoin because I think it'll go up quite high soon. So this is the transaction I'm going to do. A network fee of one cent, so it's fine. Now I'll go ahead and confirm the transaction. And I'll show you exactly what it looks like once it's been confirmed. All right, so this is the liquidity pool that I did. So as you can see, it's out of range right now. So right now I'm not making any money, but if ResearchCoin were to go down a little bit, then I would be in range. I'll be making the swap fees. Again, I'll be making a lot of swap fees because I have it in such a narrow range, right? I'll be making a lot of swap fees. But not only that, the gamble is that, okay, if it goes up, if it goes down and ResearchCoins become more valuable, if ResearchCoin goes up in price in comparison to Ethereum, then I will still be holding ETH. But I have another pool where I have 4 grand in it, and that will be making money. But if it goes down, then this pool will now become active. I'll be making money here. So it's like a win-win. It can go up, it can go down, it can go neutral, and I'll still be, for my thesis, I'll still be making money. Okay, so that is it for today's video. If you do like it, it's a different video. Next week, I promise we'll go back to the normal stock trading, options trading, crypto trading. But this, dedicated to crypto, I love crypto. Crypto Harvest is the name of this channel. If you do like this video, if you want more content like this, I can do it as well. Please drop a like, comment so I know what everyone wants to see. And as always, Crypto Harvest, peace out.